So, I think we can all agree I do not lack for books, and these are only the ones you can see. There's plenty more of them. However, just behind you, the physical to-read bookshelf just fell to under 200 books, and that was cue for a June book haul. Now, as we know, reading books and buying books and collecting books are kind of separate hobbies, but they intersect. I'm really loving having a physical bookshelf that when I'm lacking something to read, I can just walk up to it and browse until I find that perfect book for that perfect occasion. I'm loving it. I'm revisiting a lot of old friends, old authors. I'm having a good time with it. So why not? Now, this little lot I got yesterday from a local supplier named Clive. Hello, Clive, if you're watching. His books are always in pretty good condition, and there's usually a bit of a bookish chat, which is nice. I got this one, The Amtrak Wars Book 1, which is Cloud Warrior. I actually already have number 2, and I've been holding off reading it, even though I was kind of wanted to read it a while ago, until I could have a number 1 first, so I've got that one. I'm really excited about this one. It's a beautiful old penguin science fiction with a strange device by Eric Frank Russell. I really like those penguin science fictions. I've got a Theodore Sturgeon and 1 or 2 more. They've got amazing, interesting, innovative artwork, and I find the books themselves very pleasant to read. It's a thin book, but most of the penguins are quite weighty in terms of content. I plan to enjoy that. And here I've got The Grain Robbers by Keith Roberts. I wanted a Keith Roberts. I don't know. I think I might have seen someone else's review of him as an author, and I was intrigued because we share surname. You've got that rather 80s style science fiction artwork on the front, and it's in pretty good condition. It's not completely unread, but it's pretty close. You don't even have a notch on the spine, so I'm not sure that anyone else has read it. Now here's the one that really sent me running down the road to this collector. The God Whale by T.J. Bass. It looks hokey as anything. Whales and machinery combined. I think that could be incredibly bad, possibly good, but more likely bad in a enjoyable way. I love the artwork on its cover. I did not get it for the artwork. I got it because I've been reading a lot of books that are science fiction books that are animal themed, or science fiction books that are marine themed, marine, oceanic, aquatic, and I'm really enjoying that theme. So the God Whale will definitely be marine aquatic. I don't know if it'll be good. I don't know if I'll enjoy it. I'll get back to you on that one. Now, we've got Samuel R. Delany's Babel 17. It's also in pretty nice condition. It's a door? I think it's a door. No, it's not a door. I'll tell you when I review it. It's got pretty good artwork on the cover. I realise that I only have one Delany. I know I used to read a lot of him, but I remember Babel 17 is a good one, or it's one that's with good reviews. So get back into Samuel R. Delany. Babel 17 is the way to go. I also got 2 Arthur C. Clarkes. Arthur C. Clarke went down in my estimation for a while, especially after the Deep or the Greensbanks, whatever they were. I read a few books of him that weren't that great at all. But I did really want to reread Childhood's End, and I discovered I didn't own it anymore. It's one of those nice pan lozenge styles with a really good cover that I enjoy. It's in pretty good condition, like all of Clive's books. Looking forward to that one. And because it was there, I also got The Sands of Mars. This one is an orbit, I think, not a pan. The artwork on the cover would be really, really nice if it wasn't for that annoying 40 cents that some previous second-hand bookshop chose to write in the middle of the artwork. But anyway, I'm keen for them. And today, moving into more modern science fiction, I found a couple by Charles Stross. Now, I only discovered Charles Stross a year or 2 ago, I think it was with Glasshouse, probably Glasshouse. And I really, really dig his writing. There's just something about it that is enjoyable for me. I enjoy the writing as itself, as well as the stories, which are good. So I've got Singularity Sky, which is in pretty good condition. A little bit worn on, a little bit faded on the cover, as most of them from this source are. It's got some good ratings. I've also got Acelerando, which I'm guessing we're trying to be Spanish about saying accelerate or something. Anyway, another one, very science fiction-y, more modern than a lot of the science fiction in my haul. It's got good reviews. I'm hoping Charles Stross will continue to be an enjoyable experience. There's a couple more in here as well. But, next we've got Charles de Lint, Wolf Moon. Charles de Lint is hard to find in Australia. He's a Canadian author. I believe that in America it's actually quite easy to get his work. It's usually fantasy, magical realism, ethereal almost, and often very beautifully written with great concepts. I think urban fairy tales, he might be one of the people who first brought urban fairy tales into the mix of books. Looking forward to that one. I've got In Poor Condition this time, Fuzzies and Other People by H. Beam Piper. I really enjoy H. Beam Piper's Little Fuzzy and Fuzzy Sapiens. The other Pipers that I've read were not that good, including Space Viking. I didn't rate Space Viking particularly, but this third Fuzzy one I've never read. I believe there's something unusual about this book. Maybe Piper died before it was published, or the notes for it were lost when he died. I'm not sure. I'll tell you in the review. But yes, it's in poor condition, but I'm there to read it, so that's fine. I found a Robin McKinley, Spindler's End. I'm excited about this. Robin McKinley writes fairy tale reimaging. I think she's got one of the best Beauty and the Beast retellings that I've ever read. She's got 2 Beauty and the Beast retellings, and one is the best one I've ever read. The other one is still very good. Spindle's End has been on my I hope to get it one day list for a long time. And this one is actually very beautiful. I don't think you can see, but it's textured. The flowers on this rather nice cover are textured. So I've got to be in the mood to be reading fairy tale retellings. But I'm very much looking forward to that one when I do. The Silver Sun by Nancy Springer. Yes, I know this is a second one. The first, The White Heart, I don't have anymore. Haven't seen for a long time. But I seem to remember that The Silver Sun can be read as a standalone. And if I can't find The White Heart, I will. Honestly, the cover art angled me towards this. I remember Nancy Springer's early work as being very good indeed. I think she writes Enola Sherlock stuff these days. Young adult. Look at this artwork. This is the back of the book. It's almost better than the cover, and the cover itself is really good. There is a lot of fading on the spine, so I don't suppose this book is actually worth much, except in terms of reading. Looking forward to it. Ah yes, Robert Heinlein. Say what you will about him, one of the early greats. A lot of his work is indeed great. Some of it has got quirks, especially his 666, The Number of the Beast, and his love affair with Lazarus Long. He isn't always that great at male characters. They tend to all be the same male character. But all aside, I still really enjoy it, Robert Heinlein. I don't blame anyone who doesn't, but I do. One of the ones that I got rid of ages ago was Podkind of Mars. I had a rather nice hardcover, and I got rid of it when I was trying to very foolishly thin down my book collection. Evil thing. Never do that. Don't do that. No. So, finding Podkind of Mars, I've been looking for it ever since. The cover art is pretty terrible, but I'll forgive that because I want to reread that story a lot. And I've been wanting to for some years. I also got The Unpleasant Profession of Jonathan Hoag. Now, I know I read that a very long time ago. I have no memory, except that it was creepy and strange. And I seem to remember it as being very unlike most other Heinleins. So I'm keen for that. The only Heinlein I've ever really seriously not enjoyed was The Moon is a Harsh Mistress. I've never made it past page 5, to be honest. But this might get me back into Heinlein. I found some Tanith Lees. Tanith Lee is another one of those unicorns. You just don't find her very often here. So I was keen. She's also a difficult one to collect because she had so many publishers throughout her life and she was quite prolific. The Gold Unicorn, I know I had this once. I don't have it anymore. Well, now I do. Now I have it again. Yay! I can reread it. I didn't ever have this edition and I haven't read it. I can't remember it. I know the Black Unicorn, which I have, I've enjoyed. So looking forward to that one when I'm in the right mood. Tanya the Lead is a mood reader. And I found 2 more. So here we've got Night Sorceress and Delirium's Mistress. They look as if they come from the same series or edition because the script writing for the title is very similar. I'm not sure if this one has just been in the sun and faded, or if it being nighttime it's got less vivid colours than the other. I'm not sure that I've ever read these 2. I'm pretty sure they're meant to be sequential, and I know I've never read them sequentially, so I'm keen on that. Charles Stross again. So apparently, as well as writing cyberpunky type science fiction, he also writes something that's more magical realism fantasy. So we've got the Merchant Princes series, which I haven't read and haven't heard of. The Family Trade is the first one, and The Hidden Family is the second one, and they were both there, so I've got them both. I'm keen to see what Stross does. His science fiction is so good. It'll be interesting if you can cross the bound to fantasy and do it just as well. Some people can, some people can't. I hope to enjoy these. I hope he's a can. And thank you for watching. A person with not way too many books, but an elegant sufficiency of books, acquire even more. Have a great day and find, buy and read good books.